Hello everybody and Merry Christmas. I thought I would do a book haul of all my costume books. Just to excuse everyone, I had a thyroid operation about 5-6 weeks ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that and be following my joyous recovery and my Highlander neck wound. There can be only one. So my voice might sound croaky and probably get tired. But I wanted to show you my book haul of costuming books. Some are mine, some are my hubby's, some are both, and some are not actually here because they are still in our house that we own but don't live in, which is in France. But first of all, this glorious, glorious thing I got for Christmas this year from hubby. And this I got as my Secret Santa from where I volunteer. So this is absolutely amazing. This is from 1993, I think. Oh no, God, 84. 84. So it has some amazing pictures. See, look at this. They're all from the Vic and A. And they talk about men's and women's fashion and right through. And there's some great exhibitions. It was when it was redid its new exhibition in 84, so they released that book. Oh, I'm so happy I have this one. Oh. But this is even more joyous. So this is the newest Patterns of Fashion book brought out by the School of Historical Dress. This is obviously about bodies, stays, hoops and rumps. And it's mainly corsets are the joyous thing, but it's taken from Jeanette Arnold, but she of course passed away many years ago, and so it's in her format, but then it has patterns and it has coloured pictures, which is the big difference, but still has the glorious working lines and details and pleating. And if you are a costumer or want to be a costumer, you will know or want to know to have all 5 of these. And guess what? I do! So, as you can see, I've got a plan for this year. And my goal this year is to, I guess, relaunch my YouTube channel. I'm still goth. I will always be goth. I might do some food tastings, but because I'm keto, I don't feel I have... there are other people doing much better keto videos, so I'm not even going to bother. Ginger Keto in the UK, I will link her link down below. She's awesome. Go watch her if you want to know everything and anything about keto. But I thought I'd relaunch my video channel doing costuming. I've done costuming my whole life. My whole life. Well, not my whole life, but you know, most of my adult life. Got into it through historical reenactment, and I love it. I'm actually looking to move into it more seriously again. I used to in Australia. Moved over here. It's taken years to set, and I just want a new me, new you. No, new year, new me. Oh, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, back to it. So I'm planning a... Oh, look. It's a bookmark. That is a piece of silk. Of course, because that's what you have spare. So this is Jeanette Arnold's first one. They're amazing. They're not the easiest of patterns if you are not used to reading patterns and just drafting patterns from this, scaling up and stuff. But if you have that sort of knowledge, it is amazing. This is the one I'm thinking of doing. So, and amazingly, we actually live not far from Snows Hill, so I'm hoping I might be able to even see it at some point. That's the plan. There's my bookmark. So, back to it. You see how thin this one is compared to the new one. Look at that. Whew. It's been many years. When did this one get released? It was years ago. It was years ago. Look, first published in, sorry focus, 1964. Wow. And I've had it since 1997. Right, books. Books I have here in our house. This one, Corsets, Historical Patterns and Techniques. Brilliant, as you can see. I have been drafting patterns And there's my templates from my first toile. Right, let me move up. This is where we keep all our books, in our tiny, tiny sewing room. This simple singer has done so much good work. I have a hand crank that I've just bought, which is downstairs, which I will be getting oiled and then I'll start using it. We do, as I said, we do have more, but not where I can show you them. So, Jeanette Arnold. That's Queen Elizabeth Wardrobe Unlocked. Amazing. And then this one as well. It's really fabulous. This is in a slip cover. So, anyway, this is brilliant. This set here. This is hubby's. So good. Cut of women's clothing. Now I have cut of men's clothing, but as a photocopy, and it's not here. So I'm going to have to look at getting a new one. As you can see, I've had plans for different things. God, I've had this since 2000, so that's 19 years I've had this book. That's insane. So this is very similar to Jeanette Arnold. They're all from extant garments. They take drawings and then they create the pattern up. So then you have to draft up the pattern to your size, or at least to the size this is, but for a human. Often they're not. They are actually to the exact size of the garment. So they might not fit you because, well, they certainly won't fit me because I'm long-torsoed, big-shouldered, bigger girl. But yeah, there's corset patterns with the boning channels over things, and then they have details about each of these pieces towards the back of sections. Whoops, oh gee, yep, plans. And this one, this is fabulous because this does 1600 to 1930. Nora War, brilliant. Fabulous, fabulous book. I'm just going to end up pulling all these books out. Now, I store these here because I'd love to have them out on display, but we don't have enough space to do that. Bernadette Banner made a comment about having them out, and on her bookshelf that she's got in her YouTube video about her new thing, she has these out lying like this, which I agree, they should be lying like this, and if we had space I would have them like that, but instead I have them up. So here's the rest of them. So Patterns of Fashion 2, if you love this time period, 1860 to 1940s, which is a massive time period. As you can see, the fashion designs changes. Again, same concept. You've got the garment. Oh look, it opened to one of my favorite garments. And then it has the pattern and details about things. So, and it's all on grid paper. So the grids, I think each square is an inch, so you can scale it up quite easily. That one, which I believe is actually 3, but for some reason they never called it 3, and I don't know. If someone knows, make a message down below. But this is beautiful, men and women, which is lovely because all these others are for women only. This one's men and women from 1560 to 1620. Love that one. Obviously it's mostly English. I think it's all English. And then 4, which came out, I believe, after Jeanette Arnold passed away, but from all her drawings. So this is all the accessories for men and women for the same time period. So, yes, I now have all 5. I'm so happy. And then, ribbons. So, whenever you go into, like, fashion stores, millinery and other stores, I'm just moving my chair out of the way, or if you can ever get these sorts of things, they're really useful. So this is a brand called United Ribbons, and this is all their ribbons that they offer. There's more, but I've got, as usual, I always have things inside things. But yeah, so that you can get an idea of their colour, the quality of that. This is all silk, single and double-faced ribbon. So we keep these sorts of things as well whenever we get a chance to. They're so useful to have. And this is actually really good. this. Oh, this had more stuff in it too. So this is like a modern swatch book. It has samples of fabrics in the different textiles and how they're basically what. As I said, it is a modern thing, but it gives you an idea if you're talking about, say, a historical fabric, and then what would the equivalent be. You can go, okay, so a modern equivalent, you know, twill weave, here it is here. So you get a feel of what it looks like. There you go, focused. What it feels like, the weight it feels like. So something like this, even though this is silks, even though it's modern, it's actually a very, very useful book. So that one is called Fabric for Fashion, the Swatch Book. And try and put that back up. Now, I'll just let you look at this for a bit longer. So then we have some historical pattern books, some other books. Oh my God, this is amazing, this one. So this, another one of these ones I'd love to have lying out. Now, I know that they've done a series of these, but this is the 17th century one. And what this is, again, good history, information, how things were laid out, some close-up work of the embroidery for different pieces, actual extant garments, paintings of almost identical garments. And this is about the pink silk waistcoat. Then there's some quite detailed photographs. It's almost like a curator's book. You know, it has details of what it looks like on the inside. And then, oh my God, my favorite bit for some weird ass reason, x-rays. X-rays of the garment. And in an x-ray, it shows up the stitching patterns, how big or small the seam allowance is, how the embroidery is done. It's just, and then patterns. Let's see if I can find another really. I should have marked some of these first, but it's just, I think for me, I absolutely adore getting into the nitty-gritty, like this one. It's all slashed in silk and stuff like that. And then look at this. Look at that. So this is, as it's saying in the little notes here, it's a composite of 3 X-ray images of the bodice showing the different layers of buckram, canvas and whalebone forming the boned foundation. Also visible is the seam allowance of the sleeves and the gauze, as well as the ribbon drawstrings in their casings. How garam cute is this? This is just like, it's just amazing. So this is just for the 17th century. But they do other ones, book one, and this is from the Vic & A, of course. So yes, that, again, if you're really getting, like wanting to really get into stuff, this is just amazing just to see how it's constructed. Then we have, let me get some other crap out of the way. Oh, ubiquitous sparkles and glue. So this one, the Schnittbücher, hopefully. So these are master tailor books of the 16th century, actual, like original tailor's books. This one I got for De Hobby, and it has things like this. So this was from one of the original books, and then they've translated it, which is fabulous, and then they've redrawn the pattern. So you can actually like make these garments from garments that were being made at the time. So this is, you know, if you don't have a lot of extant items, actual existing items, this is the next big thing. This is the 16th century version of the Simplicity pattern, you know, by American Duchess. Thank you very much. These are real pieces, real patterns, and I just think such a amazing book. There we go. So that's that one. That is by Catherine Barrick and Marion McNeely.